Hello, my name is John Wadsworth. I'm an astrologer and I'm the founder of the Chiron School of Astrology. And I've been doing some research into Chiron ahead of my upcoming webinar on the 12th of March, the Chiron Experience. I've been looking at Chiron in the charts of well-known people who have a Chironic quality in their nature, where they tapped in to a wound either in themselves or in the society. And I've been looking today at the chart of Martin Luther King, and I just wanted to share something with you because there's a beautiful piece of astrology in it. So I'm just going to share the screen here. And if you can see this here, we've got his chart here, and we see Jupiter and Chiron in a conjunction here in the 12th house in Taurus. I mean, if we think about Martin Luther King, what a deeply spiritual man. And you know, his most famous speech, "I have a dream," somehow seems to be captured here in this figure, doesn't it? Jupiter, Chiron, the expanded sense of the wound in the collective, the wound of faith, the possibility to overcome the deep suffering of division and conflict there, expressed somehow in this figure. And even more extraordinary, if we go to his secondary progressed chart. So what we have here is the natal chart now on the inside wheel. This is the secondary progressed chart for the date of that famous speech in August 1963. And what we see is that the progressed, this is by secondary day for a year progression, that the progressed Jupiter has reached the same degree, almost the same minute. I mean, it's approaching the same minute of the natal Chiron. So what we would call that is a perfection of that aspect. That aspect is in the process of perfecting, and it's coming by progress to natal, almost to the exact, almost the exact position of where it was in his birth chart. Extraordinary piece of astrology. I'm just going to stop the share. So I've been doing lots of looking at lots of different charts, looking at the charts of people who we deeply connect to at an archetypal level, like Martin Luther King, like Gandhi, like people like that, you know, and looking at what the wound is that they carry in their chart. Also, you know, very personal wounds, like Van Gogh, for example. I'm looking at his chart, you know, and looking at that very personal wound, but where the personal wound also becomes a collective experience, and that I think is indicative of a Chiron aspect. So anyway, I'm going to be looking at this and much more in my forthcoming webinar, which is the 12th of March. I've timed it for the Jupiter-Chiron conjunction on that day. And as I say, I'll be looking at different charts. We'll be looking at Chiron through the houses, through the signs, and by aspect. And we'll also be working with the charts of participants on the webinar. I hope you can join. The details are on my website. And yeah, more to come. I'll share more of these as we go along.